We are taking standard, everyday Jollibee fast food and completely re-engineering it into a high-end gourmet masterpiece. Our target tonight is a three-part plate. We are going to build a tight spaghetti sushi roll, a shrimp mousse chicken breast, and a bright peach-orange glaze. To get there, you need a starting foundation. Grab 2 standard Jollibee chicken sandwiches, an order of their famous sweet spaghetti, and a peach mango pie. From your own pantry, you will just need some raw shrimp, orange juice, fresh cilantro, and a block of Colby Jack cheese. High-end plating does not require buying $100 proteins. It comes down to dismantling these basic components and applying classic culinary techniques to rebuild them. Step 1 is a total teardown at the cutting board. We have to separate these original fast food items back into raw building blocks. Start with the chicken sandwiches. Remove the buns and take a knife to physically scrape away every bit of the original fried breading, mayonnaise, and seasoning from the meat. This diagram shows why you must be thorough. Leaving a barrier layer of old grease or loose breading on the chicken breast means your new mousse layer will slide right off during the cook. You need bare protein. Next, crack open the peach mango pie. Scrape the filling entirely out of its fried pastry casing so we can isolate that sweet fruit for our finishing sauce. You cannot build a new flavor profile on top of a competing one. You must reduce the meal back to its elemental state first. Now we establish a new savory baseline. Drop the entire serving of Jollibee spaghetti into a pan and boil it in fresh chicken stock to infuse it with a rich, meaty depth. Drain that stock completely before moving on to the reduction. If you skip this step and leave the liquid, you will end up with a watery, structurally compromised mess that refuses to hold its shape. Looking at this structural matrix, we trigger a chemical binding sequence. First, chop the noodles directly in the pan to release their starches. Then, fold in tomato paste and Colby Jack, or Kobe Jack as our chef calls it. The lipids in the cheese act as the primary glue. With that thick, sticky mixture activated, you can physically roll it up in plastic wrap, forcing it into a tight, dense cylinder that will cool and hold its form. For texture, cut up tiny pieces of crispy cheese and press them directly into the outside of your solidified cylinder. By driving off excess moisture, introducing a strong lipid binder, a loose fast food pasta bowl becomes a solid, sliceable structure. First, we blend the raw shrimp, black pepper, fresh cilantro, and green onions into a thick, uniform paste. Take that thick paste and spread a perfectly even layer over your scraped chicken breast, completely encasing it in raw seafood. Notice the temperature distribution on this thermal heat map. We are managing a dual protein cook. The high external heat must penetrate and cook the raw shrimp mousse shell, while the pre-cooked chicken breast inside stays thermally insulated. To pull this off, carefully lower the wrapped chicken into a skillet for a shallow fry. Maintain a moderate, even heat to slowly cook that exterior. Your visual cue for perfect doneness is simple. Watch the pale, green-flacked raw shrimp transition into an even, crispy, golden brown crust. A gentle shallow fry is the only way to guarantee the delicate seafood is fully cooked without drying out the already cooked fast food poultry inside. Securing a delicate raw protein over a dense pre-cooked meat comes down entirely to exact heat control. Back on the stovetop, take the peaches we extracted from the pie and combine them in a saucepan with fresh orange juice. Apply sustained heat to trigger a reduction. The simmering evaporates the water content, forcing the natural sugars to concentrate into a heavy, sticky glaze. You will know it is ready by its viscosity. The liquid must turn highly glossy and thick enough to coat the back of a spoon without immediately running off. Fusing the engineered sweetness of a fast food pie filling with the bright natural acidity of citrus leaves you with a balanced, professional-grade finishing sauce. Now we plate. Keep in mind, 30 minutes ago, these ingredients were sitting in greasy cardboard takeout boxes. Slice the chilled spaghetti sushi cylinder into precise rounds, exposing a surprisingly tight, structurally complex cross-section of noodles and cheese. Lay the golden brown, crispy shrimp mousse chicken directly alongside the sushi pieces. And finally, finish the dish by elegantly drizzling that thick, glossy peach-orange reduction straight over the crusted chicken. With basic culinary logic, precise technique, and a handful of fresh ingredients, any processed fast food meal can become an unrecognizable gourmet experience. Subscribe for more culinary transformations.